What do you know about schizophrenia? Schizophrenia is a chronic psychotic disorder with disturbances in thought, perception, behavior, which leads to impaired functioning. The etiology is as follows. First, biological. Biologically, we have three main reasons. The first is the dopamine hypothesis, which says that schizophrenia occurs due to increased dopamine activity. Secondly, it could be due to genetic predisposition. And thirdly, it could be due to brain structure changes, for example, ventricular enlargement. Next, the psychosocial factors. It could be stressful life events or substance use, especially cannabis. Now, let's talk about the stigma around schizophrenia. The stigma around this disease has a deep, measurable impact on patients, often worsening outcomes as much as the illness itself. It operates at multiple levels: social, internal, and structural. So let's talk about some of the major impacts that the patients can have. Firstly, delay in seeking help. The patients can have fear of being labeled mentally ill, so they tend to hide their symptoms. Secondly, it leads to late diagnosis and untreated psychosis. And the longer duration of untreated illness is linked to poorer prognosis. Next, it could lead to poor treatment adherence. Patients may stop medication due to shame, avoid follow-ups to escape judgment. This results in frequent relapses and hospitalizations. Next, social isolation. It can be the rejection by friends, family, or community, and difficulty forming relationships, which leads to loneliness, low self-esteem, and worsening negative symptoms. These work together to shape how we interact with each other and impact the decisions we make. Next, impact on education and unemployment. Discrimination in schools and workplaces, reduced opportunities despite capability. Patients may internalize beliefs like "I'm not capable," which reduces the motivation. Next, family burden and stigma by association. Families may feel ashamed, they may hide the illness. There would be reduced support seeking, and emotional and financial stress increases. Next, housing and legal disadvantages. There could be difficulty in finding housing, and it could be due to social exclusion policies or informal discrimination. Next, self-stigma, internalized stigma. Patients start believing stereotypes, feelings of shame, hopelessness, worthlessness. This directly affects recovery and quality of life. Next, increased risk of depression and suicide. Chronic rejection plus hopelessness leads to depression and higher suicidal ideation compared to general population. Let's end the stereotypes. Schizophrenia is a medical condition, not a personality flaw or identity. The person is much more than the illness. Stereotypes about people with schizophrenia are very common, and most of them are simply wrong. These misconceptions can be more damaging than the illness itself because they lead to stigma, isolation, and delayed treatment. Opportunities for these people decrease. Some of the most common ones are that they're violent, they can't work properly, they're unpredictable, they're unintelligent, they can't recover because it's their personality. But these are all wrong. Now, how do we challenge these stereotypes? We use respectful language, like avoid using labels like schizophrenic, instead say person with schizophrenia. Educate others, encourage early treatment, and support inclusion in schoolwork.